right then. So we are live, everybody, and finally, we've got this new studio thing that we're experimenting with, and of course, we had a bunch of problems that came in at the beginning of the studio, and we had to. I had to schedule another show, but this time we got everybody on. We got Kathy is not here tonight. And Sybil is on vacation, so Sybil won't be here tomorrow night. And I think Kathy will also be taking off tomorrow night. So it's going to be just me and the guys. Now, let me see. So it's happening now on LinkedIn. Well, I know we're live on LinkedIn. Okay, cool. I got a notification from that. That's unusual. I kind of like that feature there. Let me get my volume off on my phone. And then we'll go ahead and try to get started here. Trying to see if we're live on Facebook platform. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right. So we're live. I'm gonna say we're finally live. Join us. Okay. All right. So we got the heartbeat of the South in the house. And we
Hey,
got we got James. James, your camera isn't on, but can you hear us? Say
I
hello, James.
I think James is probably thinking 7:30.
And he stepped away.
Probably.
Well, he'll probably be back. Okay. No problem. So on this um oh he's playing he's playing with his studio. He's trying to learn it. Um I said three chests. Okay, where are the three chests? Okay, maybe he's in three string chats. Me,
We
okay.
can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Oh, we
Can't
can't hear
hear
it.
James.
Can't hear you. We can't hear you, James. Did you mute your mic? Your mic is on in the studio, so it must be on your end. See if you can get your mic going. All right, so we got the heartbeat of the South and Ziggy himself. And we're just kind of not being that formal tonight because we've already had so many, well, not so many, but trying to get used to this. Zoom, what? Uh, Comment that hasn't been posted. I don't know what this is. This thing's doing. Uh, hmm, Beats me. I'm not even worried about that. I mean, this is so weird. It's like, first of all, the continent is in a northeastern, northern, uh, kind of storm, right? Twitch, I see chats coming from. Looks like,
Where is
hmm.
the chat?
It's over to the right hand corner,
Okay, I see
and
it.
the only thing I see is me that said welcome, but it's saying that I've got three chats in there, and I only see one, unless I have to hit on each one. Show chats, show chats. All right, I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, but anyway, at least this one has a. Looks like you can delete chats in here. And so then it keeps this little beat, this little pinging sound. I don't like that. So we're just kind of experimenting with the studio. Look at James. James, yeah, Ziggy having fun with the studio. That's, that's the only way to get to learn it, James. You're right. You learn by doing, right? And that's all right. So let's talk about a little politics while we play, okay?
Yep.
Because that's one way of making fun, politics fun, James Ziggy. You got it. I tell you. All right. So why my chat's not showing? It says I got chats, but I can't see the chats. So I can't respond to y'all. For some reason, it's not showing me chats. I'll try to figure that out. Um, hmm. I would like to be able to see the chats. Hi, Sandra. That was Sandra's chat. Sandra's chat not showing it here. Um, how do you get the chats to show? This is crazy. Now, yeah, I don't like that. My chat's got to show. I got to see my comments. I see your comments. Oh no, she didn't make a comment. It's just showing me. Yes, she did. She says hello, everyone, and that's not showing. We'll probably only end up staying in this studio about 30 days. That's what I paid for. So to give it a go, to see how what it's gonna do for me. But it doesn't look like it's gonna nearly work as good as my other favorite studio, right? So let's talk politics. On our previous scheduled meeting that we had, oh, come on, Jay, Ziggy. We can't see you, but I do like your background.
Mm.
Yeah, you're kind of going in and out. Yeah, uh-huh. Normally they want you to have a green screen so you can stay in. Um, but you're having a ball. So hopefully, we can't hear you. But we can you check your mic and turn your mic on so you can at least talk while you're having fun, so we can hear you talk rather. All right, so I wanted to talk about Trump's Grand Slam, and I really wanted Ziggy to start us off with that because Ziggy, you're the one that sent me a text message right after the um the caucus Tuesday night, right? And so I kind of wanted to see what this is hard to comment. I wanted to see what you had to say about Trump. Tim, did you see any headlines or brief little comments or anything about the Iowa caucus?
Are you talking about the win he had?
Uh huh.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
um, it just kind of confirmed, I think, what everybody's been talking about, and about the backing that the people are putting behind him.
Yeah.
Um, it's been there, so now we're just getting the opportunity to see it in writing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're right. There was no doubt. Of course, Democrats they always have doubts, but the reason why Democrats don't never get it right
Why's that?
is because they don't listen and to anybody else. They think they know it all. That's number one. And number two is they never learn from the lessons that they go through.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would have to agree with that.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you learn a lesson, it's like when we were kids, you got a spanking. The spanking was for that. You don't do that anymore, right?
Right.
And so we didn't.
Hmm.
But the Democrats would go through learning a lesson, and then they come on back with their stubbornness and do the same thing again. You know.
Yeah.
And then when people try to tell them, or outside sources, or probably even people within their own party, try to tell them, well, no, maybe we should do so and so a different way. They don't want to even try it because they think they know everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with you on that because common sense would tell you to look at the polls, and this guy, I don't even know if this guy can polls can drop any lower. Uh, I mean, he has the lowest out of any president we've had. Um, man, it's something, and it's something that we hadn't seen in a long time. So I had to back you on that. They don't learn and they don't listen.
Hmm.
Um, but this is a situation whereas they're gonna have to give the people what they want. We can't get that guy out fast enough.
Yeah, and when you when we were while we were talking, that this just came to me. The three L's. Three
Mm-hmm.
L's. You listen
Mm-hmm.
so you can learn,
Mm-hmm.
and you learn so you can lead.
Mm-hmm.
The three L's. Listen, learn, lead.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Biden don't have any of that.
No, he don't. He don't. His own party, they they're not even backing him. I mean, America doesn't look like America on all fronts. Um,
Mm,
we look nothing like what we're supposed to look and how we've been looking. Um, like I say, this is something that we hadn't seen. Not my generation at this
mm-hmm,
bad, where everything was out of whack and everything was inflation. You name it, is gone wrong.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, everything costs too much, and uh, all he want to focus on is the climate change. So yeah, we got white snow all over the United States, but that's not our biggest problem. Our biggest problem is for lack number one. Um, you got uh my personal problem for the past 48 hours is trying to get me some groceries delivered by Instacart.
Yeah,
Now, Instacart is not the post office. They're supposed to. Their slogan used to be that they deliver rain, shine, sleet, or snow, right?
yeah,
I have not received in the mail at all this week. Today's Thursday. Monday was a holiday, true enough. But Tuesday, Wednesday, and today I didn't receive no mail. Why?
right,
Because we got icy streets
yeah,
and snow.
mm-hmm,
And but I at least thought that I could get my groceries delivered by Instacart.
yeah,
Now, Instacart needs to. This is what they've been doing. Tim, I told you I had ordered. Okay, this I had ordered some groceries to be delivered yesterday. I ordered the groceries the day before, right? Which
yeah,
was Tuesday night,
right,
Tuesday evening around this time.
right,
And I knew the weather was bad, so I said, well, I'll take the delivery time of between 11 and 1 o'clock for Wednesday. Okay, so they said my order was confirmed and that it should arrive. Um, James is coming back in. Okay. All right, James, you're back in. I didn't even know that you had gone out. Can you hear us? Can you say something so we can
he,
see if we can hear you?
he's froze.
But normally when he's frozen, we can hear him. James, would you please speak? Your microphone is muted. Your microphone on your end is muted. You are not muted in the studio's microphone. All right. So, I at least expected to have my groceries delivered. What happened was about starting about around 1 or 2 o'clock, they started telling me moving up my time by 2 hour windows. It was going to be delivered at by 3:45. Then 3 o'clock started nearing by. It's got to be delivered by 6 o'clock. Then they moved it up 30 minutes. Gonna be delivered by 6:30, which is why I canceled the show last night because I didn't want to have to be trying to pull in my groceries off my porch on a slippery, snowy, icy porch and rushing to get back into the show, right?
Mm-hmm,
So I just canceled the show for last night.
mm-hmm,
All right. Then they kept saying, uh, they didn't come. I canceled the show for nothing. Then it went on to 9:45, 10:45. I said, wait a minute, hold on. And I'm not letting nobody deliver nothing to me no 10:45, 11 midnight at night time, right?
yeah,
And they were just gonna keep on doing it, so I canceled the order. So Tim, I was planning to try to go out myself because it was finally going to warm up to about 34, 35, which it did. However, my street is is in a uh, neighborhood that Has a lot of trees and off of side street is what you would call them, right?
Right. Yeah.
Nobody had been driving on the side street. I looked out there, and so I was like, no, I'm not going to uh, try to get out there, you know. So
Yeah.
let me try Instacart one more time. So I ordered my groceries this morning about 10 o'clock. Okay, they're supposed to deliver by 3. So every hour they've been sending pushing it up every hour, saying that it's gonna be here by such and such. And if I look at my Instacart right now, it's telling me that my order is confirmed and it's arriving today by 8:15. That's gonna keep on going up an hour, an hour, an hour. Okay, so I suppose I should not be upset with that because I do know that the weather is bad, right?
Yeah.
How, however, I need some crucial things, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but
Right.
I'm not gonna cancel this order. But I said all that to say this: we got other things that we have to worry about other than the climate. We
Yeah.
got war
Right.
going on. United States reputation has been totally ruined by Joe Biden standing up and sticking with Israel and Netanyahu. Netanyahu. Do you know we did you hear, Tim, that we lost 2 Navy SEALs?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Sunday night or Saturday night one. Cause you know, like over in Gaza, okay, like it's nighttime here. Well, it's like the morning of the next day, which would be it's like Friday morning over there
Right.
in Gaza, right, in Israel. And so this Saturday night they attempted this covert operation to try to stop some Houthi boats from attacking some ship,
Uh huh.
and they were supposed to have been covert undercover. What they claim though did have anything. Okay, this is the main news stream report was is that they wanted to. These 2 Navy SEALs were supposed to have been working undercover on this boat to intercept some weapons that was supposed to be going to Iran or something like that, to Iran or to Hamas. So anyhow, they say they destroyed the boat. The United States ship, I don't know which one it was, fired upon the. Okay, James is back.
Can
Uh,
you hear me now, Emily?
yes, we can. Thank you, James. And so they fired on the ship and sunk the ship. But now they can't find the 2 Navy SEALs. And I don't know if they found them yet because the internet and communications has been cut off to the Gaza area.
Emily?
For yes, James, we can hear you. Can you hear us? We can hear you. Can you hear us? We cannot hear you. We cannot hear
I
you.
can't hear you.
We can hear you, but we cannot hear.
I
You
can't
can
hear a
hear.
word you're saying.
All right, so you're gonna have to figure out what it is. It's not us. It's not us. Uh, let me um let me type in here. It's not us. We can hear you. Judy, would you tell him that we can hear him, please?
Huh?
I'll tell Judy, his wife, if she would tell him um, that we can hear him. It's not us. Okay, he's gonna try again. So anyhow, they've lost the 2 Navy SEALs. Now, here's what I want to say about that. I don't think they lost the 2 Navy SEALs. If you had the Navy SEALs, if the Navy SEALs were supposed to be undercover on the ship, and you shot the ship and sunk the ship, I mean the boat, down to the
Can you hear me?
yes, Can you hear us?
Yeah, the only problem is I can't hear you.
I don't know what to do about it.
I know. Can we do sign language?
I don't know. I don't know it. So anyhow, audience and Tim, since James can't hear, um, Tim, you Navy, you
Yeah,
Navy.
yeah.
All right, so you probably would have never. I don't think they never would have mentioned anything about those Navy SEALs missing, and why they label it why they want to label it as missing when anybody got sense enough to know that if you got two Navy SEALs that's supposed to be on covert undercover operation, and you shot the boat down and sunk the boat down, didn't you also sink down or kill the Navy SEALs? If there
Yeah.
were no survivors, you didn't find the other survivors.
The part that raises the alarm with me is Navy SEALs don't do anything in two. They come in teams.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they're always in teams. They're never individual or one or two. I think probably at a minimum is probably 8 of them.
So that was a lie right there.
Yeah, and probably one of the hardest things to do is to drown a Navy SEAL. Their strongest points are in the water. That's what they're known for. Well, one of their attributes that they're known for. They actually literally call them frogmen
Really?
because they are so strong in the water. So it raises suspicion with the report that they're giving. But yeah, they don't travel alone. Everything they do is in teams. Even when they're off duty, everything they do is in teams.
Well, that's what I thought. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, so that's got to be wrong.
And
James, you're back. Can you hear us?
I don't know. I'm trying everything I can, and it just doesn't want
We're
to do it.
back. Can you hear us?
He probably gonna have to
James?
go all the way out.
He already did.
Oh, he went all the way out?
I
Okay.
Yeah, he
keep
did.
telling the camera and microphone to allow.
Yeah, but you may have something else using your microphone. If you got something else using your microphone, this particular platform is not going to pick it up if your microphone is in use on some other platform. So, Judy, could you explain that to him? I'm going to pull him out of the mainstream right now. Okay. All right. So, yeah, Tim, you're right. I was like, I never heard of two Navy SEALs doing anything by themselves in the first place. And then number two, I never heard of Navy SEALs being used as no undercover and no covert operation. That
Well,
sounded fishy to me.
well, it's not undercover, but now they will travel on the ship, and the
But
people
this
on
was a boat. This is
it
a
was a boat
foreign
boat.
boat.
Mm-hmm.
This is a foreign boat with foreign folks that was supposed to be smuggling
Oh,
weapons.
oh, okay. I see what you're
A
saying.
small boat.
Okay, they were supposed to intercept the weapons.
No,
Uh,
they were supposed, yeah, they're supposed to intercept the weapons because they're supposed to be
uh,
undercover.
it's now given that it's a possibility that they could be unalived. It could be unalived.
What does
Uh,
that mean?
they could have literally lost 2 of their team members.
Uh huh.
Yeah, by violence. Um, the only thing about it is we have no way of knowing it. We have no way of even believing them.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, because like any and all of those operations that are going on now are classified, and if you don't have clearance for them, you won't know what went on and what's going on.
Right.
But I did see that they still have hijacking ships. I think the United States. I think this was our fourth or fifth strike on the what do you call them? Hata? How you pronounce them? Hata?
What,
Yeah, Hamas. They're still. I guess basically robbing ships in the Red Sea.
Yeah.
That's what I gather from
Oh
it.
no! Oh, you talking about the
The
Houthis?
Houthis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems like everything that they're doing, nothing is working. Um,
Tim, I'm gonna take me out a minute. I gotta step away. Keep talking
okay,
to the audience for me.
okay. So yeah, we got a lot going on, people. It's a lot going on that we that they tell us. The most important things that are going on, they're not. Unfortunately, they're not going to inform us of it. But if you all would, you all take the time and throw a prayer in for our soldiers because they really, really lay their life on the line every day, and it's not an easy job. I've done it, and it's not easy. But we have a lot of things going on, as Mom was stating. You know, America, we're not even looking like America now, due to poor leadership. And like you said, we're on the edge. If we're not already at war, we are on the verge of having one. So it probably would be best for everybody to at least put that in the back of your mind that it was a strong possibility that we will be going to war, due to the fact we have put our nose in everybody's business and put our nose in the wars that really didn't have anything to do with us, uh, which is a fatal mistake, I believe, of America. But like Mom was saying earlier, you know, it seems like the Democrats, they don't listen to the people. They don't learn from their mistakes, and it's like they're just going rogue. So yeah, if you could on the at some point in time during your day or before you go to bed, throw a prayer in for the soldiers, because it's a strong possibility that we are already at war.
Well,
Um,
we are already at war.
yeah,
When you start taking out targets from another country and destroying some of their property, then you declare war. Because that's what Iran has said now. But here's the deal: Iran and Yemen, the Houthis from Yemen, and the Houthis and Yemen are Iran supported. However, Yemen financially and humanitarianly is in a terrible position. They got no money. The people are poor. It's a starving country. And Iran is not too much better. They got the weapons, but they claim that Iran don't have any money. But I don't believe that because the United States just sits Iran some money. they sent they sent some money that look that $432 billion was a billion a million that Obama sent. Was it Obama?
mm,
That Senate that would go a long ways. And and so I don't believe that Iran is broke. But in the main media keep saying that Iran is broke. I don't believe it. But now Yemen, that itself, it's a financially struggling country, you know, because it's a third world country, right? Um, but Iran does support Yemen, and then Hezbollah, they are the brigades that are protecting Lebanon, in the north of Israel, and now the Hezbollah, they got like 4 million army strong, 4 million. Um,
yeah,
I'm just saying, there's a lot of soldiers there. What?
yeah. You know, yeah, and the thing about that, you know, I've always said that the worst soldier to go up against is someone with nothing to lose. And like
Mm-hmm,
you say, those third world countries, because they're fighting a different fight.
mm-hmm.
Um, It's just like you're saying with the Iranians. A lot of times we ran into problems when we went to war with them due to the fact that they were fighting a religious war.
I'm saying,
Uh,
still are.
right, and still
Mm-hmm.
are. And it's hard. It's very, very hard and complicated to fight someone like that is willing to sacrifice their own
Mm-hmm.
body, mind, soul, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And like you say, with these third world countries, they have nothing to lose and they have everything to gain,
Yeah.
and they're laying their life on the line for a totally different purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So see, when you combine these three Arab set factions together, well, actually four, which is Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah, and then Iran, and and uh, and Yemeni, really five different factions. That's where you get that 4 million soldiers from,
Hmm.
because Hezbollah, the last report, and this was in the last count, and this is the, and see, really, nobody really knows in the Western world, over here in the United States, over here, we really don't know how many soldiers they got, because the
Yeah.
last count of of Hezbollah and the Houthis was taken in 2018, and that's when the United States, really, I'm gonna say guesstimated, but the United States claimed that they had 100,000 soldiers. That's bull. That's bull, because
Hmm.
look, okay, I'm a third world country. I'm your enemy. Do you really think I'm gonna let you know exactly how many weapons and soldiers I got in my arsenal? No. If I have to give you a number, it's not gonna be correct. I mean, United Nations require so many kinds of different international rules, right?
Yeah.
So if a count had to be given, you can bet your living $1.25 that it wasn't correct.
Yeah.
So, but see,
Yeah.
I watched the third world countries news, and that's where I got the 4 million soldiers from. Because you got
Right.
five factions. You got Yemeni soldiers, which are part of the Houthis, and you got Hezbollah, which is part of the Houthis, and then you got Hamas, and then you got the Iranians themselves, and there's some other factions that, and then you got Hamas, and then there's a couple of other smaller factions, like one is called Fala or Fala or something like that. Anyway, it's several. It's probably about like a dozen different factions or brigades
Yeah.
all together that surrounds Israel. This is my
Hmm.
point I'm trying to get to. Now, Joe Biden has made the United States an enemy of all of those factions, all of the Middle East, because he wanted to be friends with Netanyahu, who is allegedly a murderer of 27 years ago, when he allegedly had something to do with the prime minister that was before him got assassinated. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is what you're friends with. You're friends with a gangster, right? A mobster, or perhaps
Well,
a,
I wouldn't call him a mobster because mobster, there's certain things that mobsters won't do that he will.
which one you talking about?
Mobsters won't kill women and children.
Oh, Netanyahu.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
he will.
Netanyahu's trying to do as much damage as he could do. And I don't know how much more possible damage he can do, because Netanyahu keeps trying to push World War III. He doesn't care about his hostages, his own people that are being held hostages, which is what he claims why he started the war. He was supposed to start the war for punishment to what they did to the Israel, to Israel on October 7th and released the hostages. Since then, going on into the fourth month now, he has killed over 30,000 civilians that were not Hamas. He has bombed all of the hospitals, all of the schools, has killed 117 journalists in bombings, has killed 213, I believe, healthcare workers was only there trying to provide medical help, surgeons, doctors, nurses, medical teams, to the people, destroyed and killed ambulance drivers and ambulances themselves, the trucks. So you cannot tell me that this is not your Nazi revenge that you're taking upon another people and another people's culture. Because Netanyahu, when he was running for prime minister 27 years ago, he stood up on a balcony above the people, had on a dress like Hitler and addressing the people like Hitler. So you're going to try to tell me that there is no Hitler in Netanyahu? Yeah, there's definitely Hitler in Netanyahu, if he's not even a reincarnation of
Yeah,
Netanyahu.
yeah.
I mean, of Hitler.
I believe that he know this is a suicide mission, um, simply because he will be charged with so many war crimes after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you have, it's sad to say you have leaders like that, acting leaders like that are willing to uh, have a suicide mission. Their only thing is to take as many people with us as we can.
With
Uh,
them, with down.
right, take them down, and with as they can. He may have in his mind that he may be seen as some type of hero amongst his people.
No, but he's
Um,
realizing that now. Look, they protesting. His
yeah,
own
yeah,
people are finally protesting against him,
right.
asking for his resignation, and
Now,
saying that he's not fit to be in charge of the war cabinet. So they're not saying that they're not in favor of the war, the Israelites.
yeah, they're
But
just
now
saying his
but see what they're beginning to see, and they're afraid to say, is that Netanyahu don't care anything about the hostages,
no,
because they keep trying to do some. His politicians and his media, Israel's news media, keep trying to defend Netanyahu, saying that they do care and that he does care about the hostages. How you don't care about the hostages when you bombing up every little square inch of where the hostages might be in the Gaza Strip? Your hostages might be right among the people that was in the school, which they have found several of them, about 20 of them now since October 7th. Not to mention that his soldiers shot 3 of their own hostages trying to escape. They had white cloth waving, and instead of their soldiers trying to approach them with guns and find out who they were, they just shot them. Didn't even give them a chance to surrender.
yeah, and it goes back. He may, let's see, how should I put this? He may look as Hitler as one of his heroes, right? So what you try to mimic, he probably didn't study them and probably been studying them a long time.
Yeah. Well,
They're attack, they're attack,
his foreparents did come from Germany. He's a
right? So
he's a German Jew, because
right,
his grandparents and his parents were in Germany,
right,
as survivors of the Holocaust under Hitler.
right.
So
So
you got Jews that come from all parts of the world. People need to understand this. First of all, Jews are not just from Israel. You got Jewish people that live in America. which, by the way, half of them over here are upset. Uh, they say don't do this war in their name because they don't want destruction like this and all this murdering going on that Netanyahu is
Right.
doing.
Right.
But you also got Jews in the Middle East. You know, you
Right.
got Jews in Yemen, you got Jews in Lebanon, you got Jews in, and just everywhere.
Right. But what I was saying about Netanyahu and about Hitler, the end goal is the same. Hitler was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
wipe out the whole race,
Hmm.
right? Which is, it seems like the same thing that Netanyahu was trying to do. So,
Yeah, but he's stupid because here's the difference. With Hitler, yeah, back in that time, the Jewish people did not really have a strong ideology, right? But Hamas, in the Middle East, they have a strong ideology. And see where Netanyahu is making his mistake is by misunderstanding the psyche of his enemy. In order to defeat your enemy, you got to understand and go into the psyche of your enemy. Hamas, his Hamas religion and their people, the Iranians, the Middle East, the Palestinian culture is an ideology. And it's passed down generation, generation, generation. And that's what you cannot destroy. You will never wipe out an ideology. Look how long it took, and if I might be so brave enough to say, look how long it took the KKK to be destroyed. And like I say, if I might be so strong enough to say, and still not destroyed, because what? It was a ideology.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Even going back with the Hitler, the ideology was there. Even though he tried to wipe out the whole, as many as he could, it did not take away from their beliefs. It actually made them even stronger about what they went through. I just think that he may be looking up to Hitler in that way. We haven't seen anything as close to that than Netanyahu is doing right now.
Mm-hmm,
And like I say, the end goal may be the same. I don't think he's looking for respect. I think he'd rather be feared because he knows with fear can come respect. And and that may be okay with him. He may realize that he's not going to write about the ideology, but he's going to try to take as many as he can with him.
he's taking
You
a
know,
lot of life.
yeah, yeah, and he's not discriminating. You see,
What do you mean
so
by
that
not discriminating?
he's not making a difference between. He's not making a difference in the tactics that he's using. He's unaliving children. He's unaliving women. Um, and they have, to me, they are just, he's trying to be so much like Hitler to me.
Mm.
Now that's just to me.
Oh
He's
yeah,
just
yeah,
not
yeah,
on the,
yeah. I
yeah,
agree.
he's just not on the bigger scale that he was. But I do believe that he has studied that man throughout his career. I think that's the type of mark and type of dent that he's trying to make. He know that he won't be around, and his children might not even be around to get rid of the ideology.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna do as much damage that I can do, and I think that's along the lines of what he's trying to do.
Especially when Joe Biden gave him a green light in the United States,
Oh yeah,
voted
absolutely.
voted 5 times against the resolution, UN resolution that would have brought a ceasefire to this war long, 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 long ago. Now we're going into 4 months of war, and not only that, Netanyahu says that it's uh, nothing and nobody. He's very bold now. He made his announcement. I think it was Friday evening. Well, it was Friday. It would have been Friday morning their time. Um, It would be Saturday morning their time, Friday afternoon our time, because I was watching it. That nobody and nothing
Mm-hmm.
was gonna stop him from carrying out his goals. But
Right.
he wasn't but he's still trying to claim that his goals are to eliminate Hamas and release the hostages, get the hostages released. It's not making sense. So
Right.
his people, the families of those that have hostages over there, I mean hostages misses, and those that have lost, the family members of the hostages that were killed. Now they finally waking up and
Right.
seeing that Netanyahu is just for doing what he wants to
But
do and doesn't have the interest of the hostages in his mind and plans at all.
right. But you know, one thing that it makes me think about something that a good investigator told me, and I always take this to heart, is that you when you're looking at crimes of certain uh, bondage or togetherness, you have to look at the bloodline. If you look at the bloodline will lead you to the money, and the money will lead you to the crime, right? Because all of this, you know, why all of these how should I put it? A lot of these bonds that were agreed upon have been made so long ago. Why are we begging Israel? You have to go all the way back.
I agree, Tim. People don't understand the history of it all, right?
Right. Right. Nobody wants to really take the time except for people that, you know, really want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Where did this come from? Where did this bond come from? Why
Mm-hmm.
has it always been this way? You
Mm-hmm.
know, and we have to go into history as well as the bloodline. But if we start going back I come to find that a lot of the times some of the bloodlines run together, if not the same,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was something that was done by both of them that was just how should I put it? was certain
Illegal. Illegal.
Yeah, certain illegal acts that took place that tied us to a
Mm-hmm.
common bond.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
right. And
yeah.
people one doesn't seem to, over here in the United States, here's what people you got people walking around in a cloud right now. They're worried about is um God,
Fast
when is the
food.
snow? When is the snow gonna go away?
Listen,
Is it gonna be like this all
listen.
winter? Uh Dog, am I gonna get a raise on my job?
Uh,
Just stupid stuff.
but I
So
got but look,
politics, I mean, that's important, true enough.
right.
But they're not interested in how what's going on in the Middle East is affecting you. No, you're not
Let,
getting raised on your job. Why?
let,
Because you got a war going on and Biden sending all the money over there to Netanyahu.
hey,
United States is broke. Your
I,
state is broke.
I have to when they come to the USA, we don't care about nobody. When we having problems, we don't care nothing about none of that. We only thing we care about is what you just stated. We got to worry about food, gas, mortgage, rent.
Yep.
We really don't care about none of that going on. All we want,
Until it finally smacks you in the face and like,
right?
oh man, you mean
But you,
I can't get my raise? No, you're not gonna give a raise this year at all because you
right?
got ships and merchandise stuck over there in the Middle East in the water. What? What do
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah,
You know,
yeah. We
that's
just,
when they'll wake up
yeah,
and
yeah.
want to know and then they're gonna want to know what's going on.
We want it fixed, and we look to the president to fix that. So
Mhm.
everything that's going on right now is Biden's fault, and that's the way the U.S. is pointing the finger to. That's
Yeah,
why his ratings are dropping every day. Even
yeah.
as he sleep, his ratings drop. I haven't seen a president with ratings this low before.
Ratings are
You
bad.
probably have in your generation, but I haven't in our generation, my generation, where
Um,
everything is out of whack
no,
and
no.
everything is wrong.
No, not even in my generation. I've been through a lot of presidents.
Right.
This
Y'all
is
had
the
the recession, what, 1929?
now.
That was
Now that
like
was your now. Wait a minute.
grandma, great
Hold it.
grandma.
That was your grandma.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean it that way.
Now that was
I
your
did
great
say
grandma.
y'all, but
That
that
was
was my grandma.
your great grandma. No, all your great grandma, because
Great grandma?
your grandmother was born. My
Yeah,
mother was born in 1929, so your great grandmother was living in 1929.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
1929, the recession.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
other than that, we ain't heard of no president being this bad on all fronts.
Not on all fronts. Um, Domestic, foreign relations, um, economic, um, border immigration. Yeah, that's four. I know it's some more. I just
Yeah,
can't come up with my top of my head. You know.
right. But anything
Uh-huh.
he touched, he's messed up. Now, that's another thing that you brought up immigration. Because here's something that what they're trying to do in New York. I
Mm.
found this out and it just blew my mind. I was like, what? I had I
New
had to
York,
hear it again.
by the way, New York is a Democratic state. Continue.
Right. What they're trying to do now is have the people of the USA take in the immigrants in their household. And they want to pay you for taking them in to your household under your roof. I heard the mayor say that. And I had to I just knew I heard it wrong, so I listened to it again.
You know, it's gonna be a whole lot of fools that's gonna jump on that bandwagon and do so.
Right.
And then, and then, until too many of them come up dead or mysterious disappearances.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Because
Mm-hmm.
we don't know what was done to them before they were released over here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, because they got a lot of disease and germs
That
and
too.
COVID, HIV, and bringing all that stuff up in your house. You don't know what they got. You
Right.
know, um, pneumonia, because pneumonia is definitely airborne. It can kill you. You know,
And we
and
don't
you're gonna
know.
do all that for $1. But see, that's the way the United States has always been the capital, the capitalists,
Yeah.
capitalist. It don't
Yeah.
matter what the United States believe that $1 fix everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got it. All the United States want to know is how many dollars I got to give you.
Yeah. Yeah. They sum everything up to $1 amount. Yeah.
And that's why I say in all of my years, this is the first time ever I've kind of been ashamed
Yeah.
of the actions that my country has taken, particularly with this Israel issue,
Yeah.
particularly with immigration issue, particularly with this climate control, everything green, uh, stuff. Look,
Right. Because this is something that was avoidable. When Biden when he started out bagging Israel in the beginning,
mm,
as soon as Netanyahu started acting a nut, I
yeah.
can't remember that country that you said they drew back and said, "Hold up, whoa, we ain't okay all this. We ain't supporting we ain't supporting all that now."
I'm trying to think about um
But,
who
but
oh you what you talking about? You talking about in this particular instance with Netanyahu, the ones
yeah, I
that
think
pulled
it was
out,
somebody that you said they
they
was it
pulled
was
out
it was it the
over
United? I think it was.
Spain
Yeah,
pulled out, Denmark pulled out, a lot of countries
right,
pulled out.
right, and we could have did the same thing.
It was like, hold up, now we ain't going down with this
We ain't
genocide.
going down that road.
Hmm.
Nobody okay and signed off on
So
all of
and
that.
so really, basically, the only friend I'm gonna tell you what friends they have. They really don't have but two. Israel, Netanyahu and Israel don't have but two country friends now. The ones that's got in the money, that's kind of supposedly having the money. I'll tell you, I don't know why they keep saying thinking the United States got money. China got more money than the United States got. United
Y'all
States is
do.
broke.
Yeah.
But the only friend Netanyahu has is the United States and the UK. And the UK is not in a position to be giving nobody no money. They got problems over there themselves. Okay, just like we got problems over here. Did both of those two countries right there rather take care and take that money and send for weapons to kill somebody else than take care of their own people right here in this country?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so now France, they call themselves, they go so far with the United States simply because what? They need to support the UK should anybody come and attack them. They need to support the United States should anybody come and attack them. But what France did do is they did not block resolution for a ceasefire. Okay? The other one was Canada. Canada is supposed to, sticking with United States and UK. But Canada ain't got no strong military. They got
nah,
they got
nah.
they got what they call them Boy Scouts that ride horses. So they
Yeah.
got no stuff.
Yeah.
So they got to go with the United States and UK because it's and anything happen up there, they right on the border of the United States. Got to have somebody and France. So they
Yeah.
got to have some help to come rescue them. So the ones that sticking with the United States, these like small countries, because when they are now when what's his name, Austin, Lord Austin, he got prostate cancer.
Oh,
He ended up right after that trip over in Israel. He made his speech, and everything. And at the time, I don't see how the man got through the speech. I get, I guess he was Navy general or whatever. But as soon as he got out of Israel, he went into the hospital in the emergency room, didn't even tell Biden, and he was in ICU, prostate cancer,
mm,
emergency. See,
yeah.
his karma didn't take no time to catch up with him. He couldn't even get out of Israel fast enough before his karma caught up with him for
Right.
supporting, telling Netanyahu, yeah, we with you all the way, and blah, 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 and not really telling the truth. But
Yeah.
that was his job. He had to lie. I can't, you don't need to pay me if I got to work for you and I got to lie. You can't pay me to lie. You can't pay me to steal. You can't pay me to kill. A dollar just, people got to stand up for morality. Right now, the
Yeah.
United States doesn't have any, in my,
Yeah.
in my opinion. The United States has lost
Yeah.
morality because the United States is a capitalist country and it thinks that they can pay off anybody, that you can buy off anybody. But see, the Palestinians, these people in the Middle East, man, they got strong religious beliefs.
Yeah.
No, they don't. You can't buy them.
Nah.
They over
And
there dying,
even
and they're still saying they're not leaving.
yeah.
One man who lost 22 members of his family has been bombed and killed. He had nobody left but him. He said, but he's not leaving his land because this was the land that God gave them.
Yeah. Yeah. And they stand on it. They stand on it. And not only do they stand on it, they willing to die for it.
They already dying for it. Yeah.
Right, right. And the proof is in the pudding. And that's we need to. Oh
Need to get
Lord.
out. It's too late to get your nose out of folks' business now, other countries' business now, because Biden them got us dug deep
Yeah,
and
we dug deep. We dug
and he
deep.
boxed in. He got the United States boxed in, and with no friend, because Israel can't help you, Joe Biden. If you get if Iran decide to decide to shoot some nukes over here, one thing about Iran too. You ain't taking their land. They may not have no money. You might think they
Yeah,
don't
you
have
ain't
no
taking
money,
their land.
but you ain't coming over
We
there taking their
yeah,
land.
we've already been there with
Mm-mm.
Iran. You ain't taking their land. You ain't
Uh-uh.
taking their land and you ain't taking their religion. You
Mm-mm.
ain't taking that.
And
Uh
China and Russia, they got buddy.
yeah,
Kim Jong Un acting a fool down there
yeah.
again.
Well
He just
they just
declared.
waiting on us to get out of line.
He just
That's
said
all.
Kim Jong Un just announced yesterday that North Korea, South Korea can never be friends, and he hereby declare South Korea as the enemy of North Korea. He over there, he down there cutting up. Everybody cut up on Biden's watch.
Yeah.
They were scared of Trump.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, everything is happening on his
People
watch.
think foreign politics not fun, but it is fun when you look at how crazy these folk act.
Yeah,
and how they act. It's like watching these little puppets walk around a puppet show. The puppets control them, or like putting a little mouse through a maze, boxes with mazes in, and just see which way it goes. And that's funny.
Yeah. It's they treating Biden just like he a substitute teacher. You the whole class is so crazy when they got a substitute teacher.
The children act up real bad, don't they?
They act up real bad. And they know they can get away with it. And they know because I don't know who really pulling all of these things that are going on behind the stage, because Biden don't even sometimes know his way off the stage. That man I couldn't believe it. I done seen him several times. He don't even know how to get off the stage. So who is really causing all this chaos and this mayhem? It ain't him. He's just signing things.
He's just
signing things. He don't even know his own way off a stage. So you can't tell me this man doing all this.
So when time comes around for the International Court to charge the United States with war crime in collusion with Netanyahu, Biden gonna say he didn't know, huh?
He ain't know. Well,
this gonna be his excuse. He gonna plead this Saturday.
Well, that man, if he say he don't know, he ain't lying. He don't know. He don't know.
Tim said he really don't know.
He really don't know. He just signed whatever.
He just signed the paper.
He signed paper. He don't read it. He just signed. That's it. That's all they need him for. That's all they've been doing with him.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, but it's the truth.
It's funny, but it's the truth. You're right, Tim.
It's the truth.
I believe
that man ain't read. All they need him for is his signature, and that's what he been doing. It's signing.
I never thought I might defend him on this, but you might be right.
Yeah, they taking advantage of him behind the scenes. He ain't doing all that. That man could barely put on a left and a right sock in the morning. He ain't doing all that. I ain't gonna put all that on Biden no more, cause that man.
He say no more.
Cause I done seen him in action. That man don't know if he going left or he going right. He can't read the teleprompters no more. He has that what do they call it?
Alzheimer's.
Dementia. Alzheimer's dementia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He really does. And they just been using him for his signature.
And covering up. Trying to play like he know what he doing.
Yeah, he don't know what he's doing. He really don't. but he's in that position, so he's going to stand accused.
Yeah. The law says that ignorance is not a defense.
It's not a defense. You're right. And his signature on everything.
Everything. You're right, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this has been fun.
Yeah,
let's take a little break. Let's come back and give our closing thoughts and see if we can play a little short break. Give us a chance. I got to catch my breath after all that.
Dad, it's time. It's time. It's time. Woo!
Bruh, this is what we're going in for right now. This garden club.
Bruh, it's time.
It's time. All right, so we're back.
All right.
Had a chance to get some water.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. So wow, what a show.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Closing remarks, Tim. I'll let you start. I'm still trying to catch my breath. I fall there laughing because you know what? The those comments you made were hilarious, but they kind of true.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Another great show, but on the serious side, y'all keep us in prayer. We gonna need prayer to get through these next 10 or 11 months, however many it is to election.
Hey,
8 months. We're gonna need a whole lot of prayer, y'all, that we can just hold out. Cause I believe if we can just hold out, help is on the way.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we gonna have to hope
Yeah,
for sure. But uh, the people that's over there dying in Gaza, and they still pray to Allah.
yeah,
They call God Allah.
they do.
They and you would think they gotta have a strong faith
Yeah,
because I mean you lost all your family, friends, neighbor, and you said you still saying you give you pray to Allah. To nobody can help you but Allah. They say nobody can help them but Allah, and and even me, you know, my faith is not as strong as theirs because I know that God doesn't interfere in the wars of men. For the simple reason it's already been declared in the
yeah,
scriptures. It's already been written in black and white.
yeah.
When it's written down, it comes to pass. It's already been written.
Right.
But what I'm beginning to think though is that Nantayu is really the Antichrist because you know the Jews don't believe in Jesus Christ.
Right.
And the scripture says that the Antichrist will come and cause all kinds of wars. And then you've seen the horror movies that he's supposed to have the 666 in his head. But when I say the 666, when they see him, that's a symbol of a number. And when they say on his head or in his head, I mean on his head, I don't think they meant. I don't think the Bible meant like a
Literally.
scar. No, I think it meant his mind. His
Oh,
mind. So it's something to do with that number 666. It's got to do something with his mental state of the Antichrist. And I hadn't researched that enough to know what could that mean when dealing with the mind of the Antichrist, the psyche of the
mm,
Antichrist. But I'm beginning to think that we are in the time where everybody used to say it was this person. And years ago was that person. 20 years ago was that person. But I'm beginning to think that Nintendo is the real Antichrist, you know? So that's my closing comment. Tim
okay.
said,
I'm gonna leave it
okay.
right there then.
You know, live right there.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
All right. Appreciate y'all watching and thank you all for being with us. And we will see you tomorrow night, Friday night at 7 o'clock. I found out that I can only open at the studio, Tim, for y'all. Uh, the earliest possible is 30 minutes before time for us to go live because once I open the studio and start the session, it starts counting it as a live session.
Okay.
And I don't like that part where we can't come in early
Right. Yeah.
all day long. I don't like that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is what it is. Well,
Yeah.
we thank y'all for tuning in and sorry that we had to be in and out again tonight, but hopefully tomorrow night we'll get in, we'll stick in, we'll stay in. All right. That's our time. We love you. Good
Nah.